Maybe we found love right where we are.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Fall Gear Lab. Today we're taking a deep dive into the MXL 550. This video is all about looking closely at this microphone, how it sounds, and where it realistically fits. The MXL 550 is made by MXL. It's a cardioid, large diaphragm condenser microphone, and it's typically positioned as a budget-friendly studio option for vocals, beginner recording setups, and entry-level content creation. You'll often see it bundled with a small diaphragm companion mic, which makes it attractive for people building a basic home studio from scratch. In terms of positioning, it sits clearly in the lower end of the condenser market, aiming more for accessibility than refinement. First, let's listen to the dry sound. There's no EQ and no processing at all. This is the raw signal from the microphone, and the dry audio starts now.
When your legs don't walk like it used to before, and I can't slip off your feet. Oh, you must still remember the taste of my love. Oh, your eyes still smile for my cheeks. On that night, well, been loving you till I was 70. Maybe my heart still for us had at 26. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just a touch of a hand. Me, I fall in love with you every single day. I just wanna tell you I am. So honey now, hey, take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of salt and stars. Place a head to my beating heart. Thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are.
From a quick, subjective point of view, a few things stand out. The sound feels relatively light and somewhat bright, but not in a particularly refined way. There's a noticeable push in the upper mids and highs, which can help bring out clarity, but it can also come across as a bit rough or grainy depending on the source. The low end feels present enough to carry the voice, but it doesn't have a lot of depth or weight. Overall, the impression is usable, but clearly budget-oriented rather than smooth or polished. Looking at broader impressions and user opinions, a clearer pattern appears. Clarity is decent for the price, but it doesn't reach the level of more established entry-level condensers. The tonal balance tends to lean slightly bright, sometimes bordering on thin rather than full. Fine detail is there, but the texture can feel a bit coarse compared to higher-tier microphones. Because it's a condenser microphone, it will still pick up room reflections and background noise quite easily, and in this case, the less controlled top end can make untreated rooms sound even more obvious. In a mix, it can work, but it often benefits from corrective EQ. You may find yourself taming the high end or adding a bit more body to help it sit naturally. It's usable for vocals, acoustic instruments, and basic recording tasks, but it doesn't particularly stand out in mix compatibility without some help. In terms of value, this is where the MXL 550 makes the most sense. It's not trying to compete with mid-tier studio microphones. Instead, it offers a very accessible entry point into condenser recording. A common takeaway is that it's good enough to start with, especially if you're building a setup on a tight budget. But it's also something many users eventually upgrade from. That mostly matches my experience. It doesn't aim for a polished studio sound or a strong character. Instead, it provides a straightforward, entry-level condenser tone that gets the job done, but leaves room for improvement in clarity, smoothness, and overall control. Next, let's listen to the microphone in a mix with acoustic guitar. It's the same phrase and the same length as the dry take. There's no EQ here, only level adjustment, compression, and a bit of reverb are applied. The mixed audio starts now.
When your legs don't walk like they used to before, and I can't say your feet. Oh, you must still remember the taste of my love. Oh, your eyes still smile for my checks. On that night, well, been loving you till you was 17. Maybe my heart said for us at 26. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just a touch of a hand. Me, I fall in love with you every single day. I just wanna tell you I am. So honey now, hey, take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of salt and stars. Place I had to my beating heart, thinking of love. Maybe we fall in love right where we are.
So, what do you think? Does this kind of budget-friendly condenser sound work for your setup? Or are you looking for something with a bit more refinement and control? If you enjoyed this kind of deep dive into audio gear, feel free to check out the channel and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.